The book of Revelation has long been interpreted as a prophetic vision of the end times, a forewarning of Christ's second coming and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. However, a more mystical and psychological reading suggests that Revelation is not merely a futuristic roadmap, but a spiritual exercise, a guide to the transformation of the soul, an unveiling of divine realities within the individual. This perspective finds deep resonance in both mystical theology and Jungian depth psychology, offering profound insights into the soul's journey towards self-knowledge and union with the divine. Mystical theologians and early church fathers often approach Scripture not only as historical or doctrinal texts, but as living invitations to deeper spiritual awareness. Revelation, with its rich symbolism, presents an intense inner struggle, the battle between the forces of darkness and the divine light within the soul. The text's visions, plagues, and judgments are not merely cosmic events, but spiritual purifications that take place within the human heart. The book of Revelation describes great upheavals, beasts, wars, and judgments, but these can be seen as representations of the ego's resistance to transformation. The fall of Babylon symbolizes the collapse of false attachments and worldly illusions, while the victory of the Lamb represents the soul's surrender to divine love. Just as mystics like St. John of the Cross describe the dark night of the soul, Revelation can be seen as a map of purification, guiding the soul toward divine illumination. The final vision of Revelation, the descent of the New Jerusalem, can be interpreted as the soul's union with God, the realization of the divine presence within. The imagery of a radiant city, prepared like a bride, mirrors mystical traditions where the soul is seen as the bride of Christ, ultimately merging with divine wisdom and love. The terrifying imagery of Revelation, the dragon, the beast, the false prophet, can be understood as manifestations of the shadow, the repressed and unconscious aspects of the self. In this sense, the apocalyptic battles in Revelation symbolize the intense struggle between the ego and the unconscious, between illusion and authentic selfhood. The destruction of the old world and the emergence of the New Jerusalem reflect the death and rebirth required for psychological and spiritual maturity. Reading Revelation as a spiritual exercise invites us to engage with its symbols not as external prophecies, but as internal realities. The apocalypse, rather than a warning of future destruction, becomes a call to transformation, urging us toward the New Jerusalem within our own souls. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.